I wanted to talk about the next steps for building your very own brand, your feudal kingdom. How do you approach it? How do you do something so unique? And what would it take for you to finally take off and fly and build something for yourself, your very own feudal kingdom that you can have others to cultivate and grow? Like, how can you do this? What is the best way? What are the next steps? So, guys, as you know, recently I've been getting a lot of leads, and yeah, it feels pretty good. It's like leads are dropping like manna from the sky. But at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to filtrate the type of leads that I want to work with, and of course, dedicate my time more on people who actually want to learn this to the level of building your own brand. And what I do is I look for kind of mutual dots of reason. What I look for is similarities. So if I find somebody and let's say they wanted to do something and let's say whatever it is that they want to do somehow relevant to my journey, which is building luxury pet brand, then of course what I do is I squabble up with those bougie boss moms and we cook something up. But of course, guys, you got to understand that at the end of the day, time is money, money is time, and you want to do this that you want to do it in a way that makes sense for you. So guys, the best way for you to make sense, for all of this to make sense, is to gradually kind of do things. Don't try to overdo it. Don't try to like spend too much time on one activity. Vary it between different activities and kind of jump in into one community like school, show what you offer, jump in into another community, jump in on threads, show what you offer, and effectively start kind of funneling people from different types of communities into your brand. Keep something in mind, at the end of the day, you're not just building a community, you are you're solving a particular problem. And of course, guys, when you start solving a problem, there's many different things that can go wrong. Not every day is going to be like a peachy day. Not every day is going to be a successful day. Every day you have to kind of fight for yourself, guys. And that means I'd almost want to say learning, but not kind of learning to infinity, guys, but being able to swap between different types of tasks, guys. So I'm gonna give you an example. So let's say you're getting squeezed at your full-time job and you're not feeling good about the full-time job, and you feel like, oh my god, I can't really focus on my side hustle because my full-time job is like literally killing me, whatever, right? So here's what you do, guys. If that's you, if you have that feeling from time to time, this is what I recommend. Jump into LinkedIn, right? Jump into LinkedIn and apply for some jobs with higher salary and see how many people come back to you. Do this. Like, if you feel down, right? If you feel like, okay, I don't know if I could do this, I want to do my own thing, but I feel like I'm getting choked. I don't really like, I want to spread my wings of freedom, but I feel like every day I'm getting choked. So if that's you, guys, just, oh, hello guys, hello Weston, Cornelius, yeah guys, so at the end of the day, you have to understand that there's always going to be something that somebody going to need from you. In the same way, whether it's at your full-time job or if it's at your own side hustle, there's always going to be some sort of boss. So you just have to kind of get used to it. But if you feel bad, if you got squeezed at your full-time job or whatever, just go ahead and apply for some jobs on LinkedIn. See if you can get a powerful job. Like in my particular case, let's say if I was squeezed too much, I would just apply on LinkedIn. I'll probably get like twice an offer for whatever it is that I'm getting paid. But of course, sooner or later, you're gonna get accustomed to a job. There's gonna be time periods, economic time periods, where you want to pull the trigger and where you don't want to pull the trigger. Right now, the economic times where you don't want to be pulling the trigger and like saying bye-bye to your boss or whatever, right? So you want to do this strategically. You want to do this in context of working together with other side hustlers and building your brand. I have a couple of moms over 40 reaching out to me who schedule a bunch of workshops. They want to learn how to build a brand. I had interesting folks reaching out to me on TikTok, also wanted to learn how to build their own brand. And not only that, they want to build like their own factory, like a clothes factory type of stuff. So sometimes you meet incredible people, guys. People always want something. That's the truth, guys. People always gonna want something. And like, if you want to feel good about yourself, like, here's what I do sometimes, guys. When I go to sleep, like yesterday, I had so many wins. In a year and a half, I had 0 wins. But yesterday, I looked at my past week and I was like, oh my God, I have so many leads. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm entering the next phase, the phase of where I could actually go ahead and give somebody money and know already that it's going to be paid off, it's going to be a good investment. Before, even before you get to that phase where you can confidently just give somebody money, you have to go through many trials, failures, and tribulations, and your brain is not necessarily like making decisions, and you feel scared a little bit, but that's because of unknown. And the best way I battle with unknown, guys, is I do research using multiple format. I'm using multiple format media to do a research when I don't know something. Also, what I do is if I feel overwhelmed, I immediately stop the activity, whatever that I'm doing. Like, let's say if I went too much in building luxury pet brand, and I'm feeling like, oh my God, there's too many people like asking all sorts of questions, I immediately drop it and wait, and focus on something else. Maybe I go watch Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson or Lex Friedman. Maybe I switch to another language completely, turn on the VPN, just watch some Russian movies or whatever, but completely unplug. And sooner or later, what happens is my energy gets refueled and I come back to it. And the same thing you guys got to do as well. You got to unplug, but by the end of the day, you kind of need to like ask yourself, how big is your side hustle? Is it like one small thing, like here, maybe you go out and do a gig and take a picture and make some money? Sometimes I do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I encourage many of you guys to do that, because at the end of the day, if you're like building something long term and you don't see any kind of results, you're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I don't know if I should do this, and it's not gonna be fun. You're gonna be upset. So what you want to do, guys, what you really want to do, you want to mix it up with like a little gig side hustle. You could download a bunch of gig apps like ProxyPix, Uber Eats, and just have a little drive around, deliver some pizza, etc. Take a bunch of pictures of houses, make some money a little bit. And the next steps will come to you. But at the end of the day, guys, you're gonna be like, I see a lot of moms over 40, they get so stressed out just because like somebody, was really asking too much from them and they couldn't figure it out, and they kind of started releasing all those insecurities and stress upon their side hustle. Guys, you definitely don't want to do that. You want to vary it, guys. And hello, Sean. Hello. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining. And I get it. Like, the more and more I talk about this, the more and more I realize how many people out there who are struggling with this. Guys, like literally, I had a TikTok who is not, I can't say she's a mom, but she's a TikTok girl who reached out to me. She saw what I offer, and I had zero, like, I didn't even know people like this exist until you meet them. And when you meet them, guys, you're gonna be like, it's gonna feel like you finally discovered purpose. You're gonna discover new types of audience, guys, when you start hyper focusing on your ideal customer profile, that will just show up and it will hit you like with a sledgehammer. And you're gonna rethink everything, whatever it is that you did before. You're gonna rethink. For example, if you are too boisterous, if you're too cocky, or whatever, however you stood out before in front of your audience, like once you meet the real people who actually need something like whatever it is that you're offering, and you discover them, and let's say you went through the whole phase of trials and triumphs and tribulations trying to get through them, and you actually meet those people. But when you meet them, there are so many levels like below the knowledge that you have, and you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe that people like this exist. And then you'd feel bad because you already kind of moved on, and you building castles in the sky and like creating all sorts of complexities, and then you discover that those real people like need real basic things. Like, oh my God, when I saw that, I literally almost wanted to cry. I was like, I did not want. I'm like, oh my God, I need to be more humble. I need to come back and tell you guys that, like, when you discover your ideal customer profile, they're gonna be like bees on top of your offer. They're gonna be supporting you, and then guys, you're gonna get to the point where you're no longer scared. I know many of you guys are scared. I know you have like jobs and everything. I feel guilty even saying that, because like I know deep within you guys, you're scared. You're scared, like you may have a job, right? But you're scared to introduce like a side hustle. You're scared to like really go out and create a relationship. And sometimes it's not even that you're scared, it's just Nobody really showed you an angle for how to do this, for how to talk to people and how to pull it off and how to discover some of those mutual patterns. This is what worked for me, guys. I want to let you know what worked for me. If you found some, go and join a couple of school communities. Find some goat who's really good, like in, who's really good in something. It got to be something. Maybe you find a community in AI automations and found somebody who's really good in automations. Go out and like befriend that person, the creator, the main person of the actual school community. Like literally befriend that person. Go ahead and make a call, schedule a call with them, say, hey, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. I did this with Andy Automation. And of course, you guys, some of you already know Andy. He's a goat, he's a Chinese goat creating all those automations. And at first I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and contact Andy, give him a call and try to make a relationship and say, look, I'm trying to build a luxury pet brand. And of course, if I find somebody who needs some fire-looking automations, I want to kind of create a relationship and get you involved. What do you think about that? So obviously, guys, you want to be doing this. You want to be doing this fast. You want to be creating those relationships with those goats because they're going to give you an opportunity to promote yourself over longer term. So it's like you need to write down that this like initiative step by step, guys, because if you don't do this, then you're going to be like, oh man, anywhere, wherever I try to post, my message gets blocked or whatever because it feels like I'm promoting myself. So guys, definitely, if you wanted to solve this problem, do this gradually. Like I see a lot of people just chase for like 100 different customers all in one day on Threads, or like that doesn't work, guys. Like what you want to do is you want to find a goat, go ahead and make a call, schedule a phone call, schedule a meeting with a goat. And sometimes it could be a goat. Sometimes what I do is I build relationships with goats, and of course with super broke side hustlers, and of course with bougie boss moms. Because at the end of the day, many of those bougie boss moms, they like literally don't have any time. They don't want to do anything. They just say, Rome, go ahead and help me build the whole brand. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't. And they're ready to pay. And they're like, oh, like everything, whatever it is that you were learning, whatever you thought you were trying to offer, whatever you were trying to teach, now kind of drops on top of you in terms of executing it, in terms of making it happen. And out of a sudden, those relationships comes to you, like all those sites. Like I'll give you an example. I went ahead and I went on Threads, and I dropped a thread where I'd say, look, I'll give you $100 if you help me like build my site, combine it with LLM, make it a WordPress site. So this way, I could make some money, and of course, the person who's going to help me is also going to make some money. So I went ahead and I dropped that thread, and I started getting like side hustlers reaching out. And before it was crickets. Remember, guys, money talks. But at the same time, when you're offering your money, you need to have that. Confidence that this money that you're spending is going to pay off. And not a lot of people are confident in that. And this is why they get stuck and they never pull the trigger, because they get stuck in indecision and paralysis analysis. The only way I was able to break through this, guys, is after recognizing that whatever it is that I'm doing is actually working. So, and it took about 1.5 years until I started realizing that it doesn't happen right away. So if you just watch somebody and be like, oh, well, like why is Ron Wells creating a live workshop for like 30 minutes? What does he get out of it? What does he get out of it? How much money does he make, right? So guys, all those questions, you may not be making any money at all, but sooner or later, you're gonna get those audiences, and those audience for whatever the videos that you ended up creating, they're gonna be flying in like bees, coming from all sorts of directions. But you as a person, as a side hustler, you're not gonna have a mental energy to take whatever the content that you created and feed it to them in a sequential way. You're just not gonna have that energy. You will not be able to do that. So your goal for every life, guys, should not be to like fast forward, try to think of how you're gonna repurpose your life gazillion times, because 99% of the cases you won't, unless you utilize some of my strategies where you truly go ahead and repurpose it and have a bunch of side hustlers doing it for you, kind of sweeping the floor right after you create a bunch of live workshops. They kind of sweep the floor and take that live workshop and instantiate some automations with it to blast it across socials, that kind of stuff. So, but in reality, guys, you won't. And because of that reason, you should really, like, your main purpose for every live workshop that you do should be to create relationship with whoever it is that's listening. So this way, the person who is listening is the truth is, guys, the person who is listening on the other end is able to understand your thoughts sequentially. If somebody else like came in the middle of the live, they won't be able to understand this sequentially. So you might as well don't bother stopping or responding to any of their comments until they end, until somebody asks certain things at the end. So instead, focus on creating like sequential, clear explanation for what are the next steps for your audience. As soon as you explain that, they're going to be able to see through you from the beginning towards end of your workshop. And then they're going to come back and they're going to be like, oh my God, I actually want to learn how to build my own talent agency or my own luxury pet brand, or how to do automations, or how to do multiple side hustles on a go, or how do I do this with my full-time job, or how do I introduce some additional consulting, or how do I not stress out. Like all those things, guys, you're going to be able to learn. But the truth is, guys, many of you suffering big time. I discovered lots of people like suffering big, crying deep within them, like simply because they can't make the decision. So what I started doing, I started going live on TikTok, and I started telling everybody, look, I'm gonna help, my talent agency is gonna help you make that decision. So if you're struggling process prisoner, maybe your brain is not actively working to the fullest the way it should be, and you're really seeking somebody who can just navigate through some of those complex, high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities with ease, while helping you reduce your stress levels and make you feel better and kind of get that therapy going, so this way you finally take off and fly, then guys, I do have a community where you could do that. There's multiple coaches that will help you reduce your stress level. If you're not sleeping, reduce your kind of all those problems that you're having with sleep, and many other things, guys. Those are the goals that you want to connect with in my community. And of course, you could talk to me and you could say, hey, Rom, look, I really felt like something. I felt the connection. I want to try that. I want to build my own brand. I feel a little bit on the edge. I was always trying to do something, but I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I was missing something. But you gave me hope. You gave me hope. And I really want to try building my own luxury pet brand. And guys, look, what happens in many of the cases, it's okay if you have some other kind of thing that you're trying to do, that you love to do. It's okay. Because when I talk to some moms over 40 or some girls that reach out to me, some of them literally dropped out of high school, and they were like, oh my God, I found your channel and I learned more in just a few workshops than an entire 4 years of high school. Guys, like, that's okay. Hello guys. Hi again, Arad, and bye again. Yeah, so guys, look, at the end of the day, here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna give you a couple of actionable steps for you to do, so this way you can feel better about yourself and not feel bad, like because at the end of the day, you have to treat everything temporary. Okay, everything in life needs to be temporarily done for you. Meaning, like, you can't be always thinking that there's always going to be a job for you, full-time job. You always got to be thinking that there will be no full-time job for you. You always got to be thinking that there will be no side hustle that lasts a long time. You always have to be positioning yourself in a situation where you don't want to be like, guys, do you know how bad it feels if you lose a job? Like how bad it feels, like mentally, how exhausting that is to lose a job, guys. Like, I don't want you to be in that situation. I want you to be the freedom founder, guys. I want you to be on top of this. So like, if you're saying, yeah, but Rom, I don't even have a full-time job. I just, I want to do this, but I feel like anytime I do anything, I feel like I'm getting stuck, and I feel like I don't know something. I just don't know what questions to ask. Guys, if that's the case, then you need a little push, you need a little direction. Join my community. Let's start working on a luxury pet brand. I do have a couple of Chinese suppliers that we gotta figure out the dynamics behind how to differentiate the product for some pets, cats, and dogs. And let's try to push this. Let's try to work this together. And of course, guys, I do have some projects for, sometimes moms come down and they be like, I really need everything. And it's good to be connected, because then, trust me, you're gonna get that gig, and it's a heck of a lot better than being a freelancer and getting chump change by all of those platforms that literally just scoot you up and don't really give you that encouragement, accountability, and support. And then at the end of the day, you feel stressed out, you feel broken down, and you feel like you never want to do anything. And of course, guys, this is the reason why if you feel stressed out, like if you go, let's say you're going to sleep, pop that tail, pop that ashwagandha. If you need to pop that ashwagandha before you go to sleep, pop that. because there's a real thing, guys. There's certain chemicals in your brain that you need to be aware of. So if you are not kind of maintaining those chemicals, it's a real thing, guys, then you're going to be kind of struggling. And if you see yourself drifting, if you see yourself being overwhelmed, if you see yourself like being completely lost, then pop that ashwagandha. Now keep something in mind, there's some additional caveats with ashwagandha. Take a look, more details about it, do a little bit of research, but that's what helped for me. It made me feel like $1,000,000, guys. As soon as I popped that ashwagandha pill, I never even believed in any of that. I never took any pills before. But when I popped that ashwagandha, I was like, damn, man, I don't know. I felt so good. I was like, man, maybe next time I'll pop it again. But I was like, nah, I don't really want to pop too many pills because, you know, like typically you always want to have a little bit of everything, you know, like just a little bit of a joy. You never want to overdo it. Kind of the same feeling for your gym. Whenever you go to the gym, you never want to overdo it. Brother, can you give me $100? I have to get some equipment for my business. I want to make some money, but I want to start. I have nothing. Please donate. God bless you. Please help me with at least $30. So here's what you could do. I do have an opportunity for $100, believe it or not, for $100 to build AI content-driven automations for my studyguide.net website. I dropped that thread yesterday. I had a bunch of folks reply and already started listening and jumping in, and definitely jump into my community. There's some opportunities sometimes I make available, and of course you have to do some work. You have to do this on a kind of on a side hustling basis, and of course I provide long-term opportunities. Now not just me, but there's sometimes other coaches provide them as well. And of course moving forward, as we're creating relationships, moms over 40 also once in a while they provide all sorts of opportunities. So it's always good to be in that community, and it's free for you guys to join. And of course down the road, if you wanted to do something more, definitely you may want to consider my Feudal Incubator. But of course it's a custom coaching program. I don't recommend it for side hustlers who are broke. It's only for like the folks that have money. But if you don't have money, I do have a few my community where I have close to 1,000 workshops to help you learn how to grow your feudal kingdom and either flip it or keep it, and also learn how to build your own digital products, how to promote yourself, your own business, and effectively do this on a way where you don't really need to have any money. For example, you could start helping me and start promoting some of my guides, some of my sites, and if it makes money, I'll give you commission. So that's a pretty good deal. I can edit, I can do video editing, I have video editing skills. Do you have any work related to this? So for video editing, yeah, absolutely. For what I need is a couple of things. I have entire Google Drive of videos, and they need to be distributed across socials and into AI automation. So this way it's kind of pre-configured and it's being constantly dropped, and also scheduled with my Freedom Fusion System CRM. As you probably seen, I have a lot of short form video, like short form videos, crazy videos from pets, cats, and dogs, that kind of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I haven't formulated the requirement yet, so jump into my community. Once I formulate the requirement, you'll be the first one to know. Just make sure that you jump into those workshops. And absolutely, I have so much content for the past year and a half. I need to start thinking about how to start kind of operationalizing it in the direction of getting that content seen, and in the direction of organizing the pages, the sales pages for Feudal Incubators. So Feudal Incubators are custom coaching program that are ran by my talent agency, Freedom Fusion System, and of course for brands as well. So there's certain brands out there like moms over 40 who want luxury pet brands built, and they literally say, build me everything. And of course, when it comes to build me everything, that kind of focus, that means everything, like a funnel, video editing, creation of AI videos, building like all those different socials, configuring a bunch of automations, setting up Google profile, going like communicating with suppliers to get the correct product and a differentiated product. Pre-configuring the UGC automations to get everybody known, so this way when moms go to the market with the product, they have everything in one system, everything is organized, that kind of stuff. But of course, this is why when somebody says, hey, can you get like one thing only, like it's really hard for me to say one thing. Sometimes I, as part of in-house opportunities, I do provide like one thing only. So for example, right now I'm providing basically like $100 for my LLM, to build a site, study guide site with LLM connected to it, using Andy's automations. It's basically extremely smart level of automation that injects kind of content inside of a WordPress automatically based on whatever is trending. And I went ahead and I created a thread and gave that opportunity. So definitely jump in, take a look at that thread, DM the word path on my Insta if you want to be part of it. But at the end of the day, guys, for me, it's best to create relationships with long-term side hustlers. So this way, it's more than just like a daily, kind of like a daily transaction. When you go to a deli and somebody gives you a sandwich and and you get that sandwich and you clap your hand and you call it a day. So from that standpoint, it's like, that's obviously what I'm not looking for. What I'm looking for is side hustlers who want to make money together, who want to do some some of those gigs. I have some money for those gigs, and of course in the process kind of become the goats, become the feudal hustlers who can train moms over 40 and help them down the road and learn in the process. And sure, absolutely, get access to my equipment, get access to AI content-driven automations, get access to thousands of dollars worth of subscriptions that otherwise you wouldn't be ever have access to. And of course, that's the benefits of helping my talent agency grow some of our in-house projects. And guys, look, I'm gonna be honest, it's at the end of the day, I mean, you have beautiful skills. All of you guys have beautiful skills, but somebody gotta step out of that comfort zone and say, hey, look guys, let's work together, let's try to build something. If you fail, that's okay. If I fail, then that's okay too. But at least we're working together in the same goal, trying to help somebody, trying either to help some moms over 40 or help my feudal kingdom. So this way you're positioned as a person who is not only kind of earning like one thing, one-time transaction, but also earning and learning in parallel. I have additional opportunities for any folks who want to create a bunch of videos. For example, you mentioned that you wanted to do the video. You wanted to do video editing. Absolutely. I have one opportunity I have so much stuff in my garage that needs to be sold on Facebook Marketplace. If you wanted to, if you want, I could create a bunch of videos and forward them to you. I'll upload them onto Google Drive, give you access to Facebook Marketplace. You connect, you create a fire looking video, edit it, and I'll give you commission for anything you sell. And guys, things like that, the opportunities like this is what you're going to discover, and also in my community. And this is the reason why I always say, hey guys, look, if you have a skill, tell me about it, because at the end of the day, if you don't talk, I won't know who you are, and then of course it's going to be hard for me to create an opportunity. I had one person, one girl from TikTok who reached out, and she literally wanted me to do everything, but she didn't explain what she wants. And I was like, I literally had to I told her, look, I don't read your mind. You need to let me know in the comments and let me know in the workshop, like, what is your passion? What do you love to do? And today she told me what she loves to do, and she explained to me that learning is not her greatest strength. She wants to learn how to be smarter, and also she wants to have her own brand, and she's into knitting and threading like actual clothes, and she loves pets, cats and dogs. And I told her, look, you're in luck, because I specialize in pets, cats and dogs. And please shout out my name, Nadik. Yeah, that's right, shout out to Nadik for asking questions and communicating, guys. That's the key. Like, if you don't communicate, remember, the other person on the camera, that person is not going to know what's in your brain. If you don't say it, it's going to be hard for me to create a relationship, to build this neural pattern between you. Because at the end of the day, guys, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build like a Freedom Fusion system for my audience. For example, that TikTok girl, when she reached out, she was like, well, I really don't know what I want, but I know what I like to do. I like to build a brand that has to do with the dresses. She likes to do dresses. She likes to do the design, and she's super passionate, but she just doesn't have that like mental capacity to break through like all of those insane AI automations, video editing, all those crazy things that I'm showing you guys in many of the workshops. And of course, when I discover such people, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me know what can you do. And then I start talking to those people and I discover talents. And of course, guys, look, at the end of the day, like if you don't tell me the talent, like this girl told me her talent, and I didn't care if she's not like a goat in AI or automations. Or what impressed me was the fact that she signed up for my workshop, and she was truthful. She told me the truth. She was like, look, I love pets, I love cats, I love dogs, and I wanted to build something around that. And I love doing dresses, like create like clothes. So, and immediately in my mind I was like, oh my god, I'm working on a glove. We're trying to figure it out, trying to get a like a really flashy glove for pets that you could use to remove hair. I know it sounds crazy, but we did the research on it, and apparently that's what's gonna make money. So me and Bruno, we're working on the brush, and now I'm like, oh my god, I have this girl who's really good in just like her own thing, but not really good in learning anything or like executing, but really good in just like crafting and designing. And I was like, okay, well, we could definitely work with that, especially if maybe she can do like design a better glove to make it different, and then we could take it to the market. We could contact a bunch of Chinese suppliers and build it and then just resell it. And those types of people, obviously, I wouldn't be able to find, but this is just kind of a crazy level of talent that I find and discover. And of course, guys, if you have video editing skills, remember, right now videos are so easy to do, everybody's doing it. The key is like you combining those videos and expanding your skills into what's so-called ops stacking. Ops stacking is beyond just regular video editing. And by the way, guys, thank you for joining and allocating a little bit of your time. And I know many of you stressed out, many are a bit down by life, and I know how it feels. But my name is Ron Wells, and I figured I'd give you guys some opportunities to discover freedom, and we have a lot of fun. We learn together, and of course, in the process of doing so, maybe you'll finally join my community. It's free to join, and then down the road, who knows, maybe even subscribe. So, but look, at the end of the day, guys, there's a lot of people who can take advantage of you on the internet, and you just need to kind of work with people who don't take advantage of you. And of course, on FUD, I have a purple check mark. Anybody who you see with a purple check mark is a qualified FUD expert, meaning it was such experts was validated by FUD platform. We have close to over 100,000 side hustlers, and we have close to 100 different coaches. And many of those coaches are like doctors between one another. For example, let's say I discover that maybe you have very good skills in video editing, but somehow maybe you just don't really understand how to go beyond those video editing skills and do something additional extra that will differentiate you in terms of making more money. And then in that case, I could create like a special guide for you and guide you. And of course, more personalized guidance is $14.99 per month, where you could jump into workshops. I create a couple of workshops, give you some guidance, accountability. You jump in and you know exactly what to do to develop additional set of skills. So it's more personalized versus kind of you learning something on YouTube. There's many things on YouTube that you could be learning to infinity, and the worst part about it, not earning anything. Learning and not earning. So I try to avoid that. I try to, whatever it is that I do with my subscribers, as I managed to explain to you guys last time, at the end of the day, you want to become the next wave of creators, folks who have your own business and also know how to create content. And that's what you would learn in my community. It's nothing special, but when I discover somebody who is lacking a certain skill, I may refer you additionally to get an extra skill to another expert, FUD expert. And in that community, we're sort of like, FUD experts are sort of like doctors prescribing pills, and and you could think of it this way, except with doctors, you have to go and pay them money. With FUD experts in my community, they work in the direction of getting you to have unlimited number of doctors that you could afford. So that's the difference between photo experts and doctors, guys. But yeah, there's a lot of goat moms over there. There's like a lot of folks who are just teaching different kind of things, and who knows, maybe you're gonna love everything that I offer, and you'll be like, hey Rome, I actually want to join your talent agency. I wanna do this. Like, I believe in this. I want to do this. I wanna take that gig that you told me about, $100. I'll take that as well. But yeah, I wanna help you. And yeah, I also like the idea how you trying to get people into the long-term kind of vision and giving them opportunities to earn money on a recurring basis by helping other moms. So guys, absolutely. And woohoo, we got our game developer, my favorite subscriber, always coming back. And once again, guys, I'm heading out to get some cheeseburger. Today was not necessarily the greatest day for me, but it was approximately good enough for me. But hey, so game developer has been coming back and quite some time, guys. He's building a video game for a talent agency, and he's doing it for himself, and in the process using the scenario behind whatever it is that we're doing. And what we're doing is building feudal incubators, and moms over 40 join those feudal incubators and learn how to build their own feudal kingdoms, how to either flip it or keep it, build their own businesses. And what he is doing, he's actually building a literal game, guys. So it's kind of crazy. And speaking of which, let me know what's the percentage like, and if there's any additional info you need to finalize it, let me know, game developer. So I think it's quite a line. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna bypass the line, and instead of doing that, we'll go to some other place to eat real quick. So guys, keep something in mind. I know I'm getting to the point, I'm transitioning the business in a direction of where I'm no longer afraid to spend money. It took about 1.5 years to get to this phase, because in the first 1.5 years, you're kind of trying to figure out, hey, are you going through the right path? Are you investing in the right things? But once you finally discover exactly what you want to do, then it becomes easier for you to make the decision. I thought I'd never get to this phase, so I have no model. Say hi, I have no model. So remember, at the end of the day, what you want to do, and guys, what I'm going to provide right now to game developer is some guidance for how to address the question about I have no model. And this is how you're going to address it. At the end of the day, what you want to use is Gemini, and you want to render a couple of videos that I already have in your game. So make sure that when you do this, you have a 2D canvas, and you represent, remember, let the content flow. Don't always try to look for something. Instead, grab a bunch of YouTube videos that are already created of a bunch of pets, cats, and dogs, and include it in there, and tell it like, hey, this is a cat, this is the video, represent that inside of the game, like as a movie, as a visual character that you could move across. And I know it may seem like, how does it work? How can I move a cat of a video? You could have a little animated kind of a little animated version of the same cat in different directions. When you, for example, hit the left button, it will be, the cat is gonna look to the left, and you hit the right button, the cat is gonna look to the right. You have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. At the end of the day, try to make it something simple. Don't try to overcomplicate it, and use multiple variations and formats of those different videos. For example, start off with the whole scenarios of feudal kingdom, how moms over 40 can learn how to build their feudal kingdoms in order to finally discover freedom and be able to monetize their pets, cats, and dogs. And then go into the concept of showing some of those things that we're working on, like for example, dog, like a brush, dog and cat brush that helps cats get groomed and dogs get groomed, and talk about that. Include that in a video. Well, not in a video, in a game where moms finally learn how to sell those brushes. by opening up their TikTok shop and spawning money. Now, keep something in mind. It's not like I'm not giving concrete things with, hey, do this, do that. Instead, as we discussed before, all you want to do is take whatever we're discussing right now, put that in ChatGPT and say, look, we're building a game. It needs to be a 2D canvas. It needs to include some of the content from Freedom Fusion System on the YouTube channel. And we're trying to motivate moms over 40 to learn together with their kids for how to build their own brands. Here's a couple of things that we're working on. The first brand we're working on is a luxury pet brand, and as part of making this luxury pet brand pop and be successful, there's certain things that we need to do. Create relationships with Chinese suppliers to find a very cheap brush, and do a little bit of research, and in order to figure out if this brush is going to get sold. Finally find the UGC creators who can push this brush. Introduce all of those things as criteria, and visualize those criteria in a form of kind of when moms over 40 navigates through like a forest, for example, together with their kids or a dog. Show that, represent that as represent bunch of obstacles. Think of what the obstacles are in building your own luxury pet brand. And of course, some of the obstacles could be getting scammed by a Chinese supplier who wants to charge you too much money for that, or an obstacle could be TikTok shop rejecting your supply that you managed to deliver, and then moms losing money. Represent that visually in a context of include the content from pets, cats, and dogs, and see what ChatGPT, what kind of ideas it will give you. Use Gemini in combination with Google Studio. It's free. You could use that Gemini with Google Studio if you want a life hack. Create a free account with Cursor, a Gmail account. If you run out, and then upload everything to GitHub, and then if you still run out of credits, go ahead and create another account, Gmail account on Cursor, and repeat the same thing. Also create an account on Lovable for free, and start off with Lovable as the start. This way you could iterate through many free combinations and solving that model. All right, guys. Looks like I'm back. Apparently my phone died out, and yeah, I was trying to get some food real quick, and you know how it is, the phone just kind of died out for me. I apologize for that. And yeah, guys, I wanted to get back to where I left off. Canvas is mobile application or not? Okay, so yes, I see what you mean. So for Canvas, for now, begin with regular desktop app. Disregard Canvas, because you will need $100 or something to subscribe into mobile in order to be on a Apple store. Remember, at the end of the day, your entry into market is going to be on a desktop, and of course later we could transition that. Don't try to put too much pressure on yourself right now by making it work on mobile. Just make it somewhat lightweight so it's compatible for mobile. And oh my god, what the heck is going on? Okay, so make it extremely lightweight, and then later on we could adjust it to mobile version, but begin making it like a desktop version. It's just going to be easier because you're already overcomplicating it, because when you first start building something, key is to kind of do this as a minimum viable product, and then later on we could convert it and make it even more lightweight. But for now, just use a desktop version. Try not to overthink making it mobile in Canvas, because it's going to be too complex for you to carry over some of those elements into mobile. And of course, guys, thank you guys for joining. My name is Ron Wells, and me and my favorite subscriber, we are discussing and strategizing the video game that we're building together. In that game, we're representing Freedom Fusion System, and how bougie boss moms over 40 can build businesses. And it's going to be a good game that anybody could play and effectively learn how to make money from multiple side hustles, including TikTok shop dropshipping, on a go kind of side hustles, how to create your own brand and all that kind of stuff. So he's encompassing all of those details directly into the game. I'm creating another workshop real quick to explain a little bit more, but guys,